English around the world. The United Kingdom, a brief history. To cover the history of the United Kingdom in a 5-minute video is impossible. So we are going to focus mainly on the aspects that influence the English language. Where does the English language come from? Prehistoric England. Evidence for human habitation in England reaches back to 200,000 years ago. Life in prehistoric England would have been harsh. They sheltered in caves. They knew how to make fire. And they fashioned tools and weapons. Neolithic people were very industrious. They began to clear ancient forests and they farmed the land. And they raised livestock such as sheep and cattle. They left us magnificent monuments, but no explanations for them. Some of them were Stonehenge, Avebury and Merivale. The Iron Age. Between 1000 and 500 BC, tall blue-eyed Celts or Gauls arrived from across the Channel. They drove the earlier peoples into the west, taking the cultivated land for themselves. They knew how to work metal, especially copper, and they brought weapons. They were the ancestors of the tribes that Romans encountered when they invaded England. Romans. General Julius Caesar decided to invade Britain in 55 BC without success. 90 years later, the Emperor Claudius decided to invade Britain again. He sent 40,000 troops, who gradually conquered most of the country. After the Romans had conquered most of Britain, the country became peaceful. They built good roads and big towns and made sensible laws. But the influence of the Romans on the English language was very short. The Anglo-Saxons. During the 5th century, the Angles, the Saxons and the Jutes, all Germanic tribes, invaded Britain. These tribes conquered most of the island. The Anglo-Saxon language is known as Old English. Much of the Anglo-Saxon vocabulary remains in use today. The Anglo-Saxon influence is the most important in the English language. In fact, England means Angle land, land of the Angles. Normans came from France. In 1066, William the Conqueror took the English crown from King Harold at the Battle of Hastings. Normans are going to build lots of castles. The White Tower in London was erected by William the Conqueror. For the next 300 years, the language of the court, law, science, religion and literature was French. During this period, at least 10,000 French loanwords came into the English language. But English remained amongst the people. It survived because it was so well established as the vernacular tongue. The 100 Years' War between England and France provided a major impetus for people to speak English. At the same time, the Black Death killed many of the rulers, so English became the official language again. The invention of the printing press around 1439 by Gutenberg was a very important event for all languages. In 1607, just over 1,000 settlers sailed into Virginia, USA. After the American Revolution, the United States became a country and expanded through North America. In the 18th and 19th centuries, the United Kingdom and the United States became leading countries in the world. The United Kingdom was actively involved in World War I and World War II. In the 20th century, the internet, cinema and television have turned the English language into a language of the world. Thanks to all the people who shared their pictures and vids.